In this lecture, I am going to explain a Big M method to solve a LPP having unbounded solution. Okay, so consider this problem. So here objective function is maximization. One greater than or equal constraint, one less than or equal constraint, and all variables are greater than or equal to 0. So as usual, first convert the LPP into standard form. So in the standard form, objective function should be maximization. So here the objective function is maximization, and right side values should be non-negative. So here right side values non-negative, and all variables should be positive. Okay, right. Next, convert inequalities to equalities. First constraint is greater than or equal type. You have to subtract surplus variable. Second constraint is less than or equal type. You have to add slack variable in the second constraint. So add slack variable S1 in second constraint and subtract surplus variable S2 in first constraint. Okay. So the first constraint 3x1 plus 4x2, subtract surplus variable minus S2 equal 12. Second constraint, add slack variable S1 minus 2x1 plus x2 plus S1 equal 4. Write in the matrix form Ax equal to B. The coefficient matrix A is first column x1 variable coefficients 3 minus 1 minus 2, x2 coefficients 4 1 4 1, S1 column 0 1, S2 column minus 1 0. This is coefficient matrix, and the capital X is x1 x2 S1 S2, and B is right side values 12 4. Okay, this is in matrix form. Right. Next step, check whether the coefficient matrix contain unit matrix or not. So here unit matrix is of order 2. Since we have two constraints, we have to choose two basic variables. Okay. Check whether the coefficient matrix contain unit matrix I2. So observe the coefficient matrix. Here we have 0 1. So here we have minus 1 0. So clearly the coefficient matrix does not contain unit matrix. Okay. So here the first column of the unit matrix is not present. That is 1 0 is not here. Okay. So to get 1 0, you have to add artificial variable in first constraint. Okay. So add artificial variable xa1 in first constraint. Okay. So first constraint is 3x1 plus 4x2 minus s2 plus xa1 equal 12. Second constraint as usual. This is. Now the coefficient matrix A is first column 3 minus 2, second column 4 1, third column 0 1, fourth column minus 1 0, fifth column 1 0. Okay. This is coefficient matrix. Right. So clearly the coefficient matrix contains unit matrix, that is 1 0 0 1. So 1 0 corresponding to xa1, 0 1 corresponding to s1. So we have to take the variables xa1 and s1 as basic variables. xa1 is in first position since its column is 1 0. S1 is in second position. Its column is 0 1. Okay. So choose the variables xa1 and s1 corresponding to I2 as basic variables. So initial basic feasible solution is as usual xb equal to b inverse b, I2 inverse b, that is b, and vector capital Xj equal to b inverse aj, that is I2 inverse aj, and scalar delta j equal cbxj minus cj. These are as usual. Right. Now artificial variables are involved. We have to use Big M method. So in Big M method, we assign a cost minus m, a large negative price to each artificial variable. So assign a cost minus m to each artificial variable. Right. The first starting table 1 is take the construction structure of the table. Here basic variables CB, XB, columns X1, X2, next S1, S2, XA1. So here take the coefficients from the objective function. What is objective function here? 3, 6. Okay. So X1 coefficient 3, x2 coefficient 6, and s1 s2 are slack variables, their coefficients zeros, and x7 coefficient is minus n. Since it is artificial variable, by Big M method we assign a cost minus n. Now basic variables are first place xa1, since xa1 column is 1 0, second place s1, and here cost of basic variables, xa1 cost minus m, s1 cost 0. And solution is right side values 12, 4, and x1 is first column 3 minus 2, x2 is second column 4, 1, s1 is 0, 1, s2 minus 1, 0, xa1 1, 0. Okay, right. This is table. So now calculate delta j values here. Here delta j values. First delta 1 equal this column into this column. So minus 3m plus 0 minus 3. So minus 3m minus 3. Next delta 2. Delta 2 is this column into this column. So minus 4m plus 0 minus 6. So minus 4m minus 6. And S1 is in basic variable, its delta j value 0. S2. For S2, CB, this column into this column. So minus m into minus 1 plus 0 minus 0. So m. And X7 in basic variable, delta j value 0. Okay. And objective function value CB into XB. So minus m into 12, minus 12m plus 0. So minus 12m. Okay. So this is first table. Right. Next step is verify the optimality condition. So what is optimality condition? All delta j greater than or equal 0. So here m coefficient is minus 3, it is negative value. Here m coefficient is minus 4, it is also negative value. So all delta j not greater than or equal 0. So optimal condition is not satisfied. So present solution is not an optimal solution. Next, to take the minimum of negative delta j values. So that is delta k equal to minimum of delta j such that delta j less than 0. So minimum of these two values. Minimum is minus 4 and minus 6. That is delta 2. That is corresponding to x2 variable. So x2 is entering basic variable. Okay. This is minimum. So circle this column. This is pivot column. This is pivot column. Right. Next, verify the unbounded solution condition. So observe the entries in the pivot column. So all are positive here. That means all entries in pivot column are not less than or equal 0. So there is no unbounded solution. Next, to find minimum ratios. So here this is positive value. Take the ratio with corresponding solution 12 by 4. That is 3. This is positive value. Take the ratio with corresponding solution 4 by 1. This is 4. So minimum of these two 3. The corresponding variable xa1 is leaving basic variable. Okay. Write in mathematical formula xbr by xr k. K means entering variable suffix, that is 2, equal to minimum of xbi by xi2 such that xi2 greater than 0. So take these two ratios. Minimum is 12 by 4. So xa1 is leaving basic variable. Round this row. This is pivot row, and this is pivot element, and this is pivot element. Okay. Right. So in the next solution, the next table, xa1 is replaced by x2 and s1 remains same. Okay. Next, new basic feasible solution, table 2. Take the structure of the table. Consider a first table. So here xa1 is replaced by x2. Since xa1 is leaving basic variable, x2 is entering basic variable. So xa1 is replaced by x2. S1 remains same. Right. So here the leaving basic variable is xa1, which is artificial variable. So we cannot consider in the next table the artificial variable x7. So we can eliminate the artificial variable x7 in the next table. Okay. Right. Now write the cost of these basic variables. x2 cost 6. s1 cost 0. Okay. Right. Now what is the first step to write the new solution? First divide pivot row by pivot element. So pivot row is this. Divide this pivot row by pivot element 4. So 12 by 4, 3. 3 by 4 here. 4 by 4, 1. 0 by 4, 0, minus 1 by 4, minus 1 by 4. Okay, leave the artificial variable column. Okay, next, fill the basic variable columns with corresponding unit matrix. X2 in first place, X2 column. First place 1, remaining 0, delta J value 0. S1 in second place, S1 column. Second place 1, remaining zeros, and delta J 0. So this is second step to fill the table. Third point, present value. So to calculate this one, present value is 4. Present value is 4. For this, pivot column element is 1 by pivot element is 4 into, for this pivot row element is 12. Okay, 4 minus 1 by 4 into 12. 4 3s, 4 minus. Okay, next, second element, minus 2 minus 1 by 4 into 3. Okay, just to replace this value and replace this value. Okay, minus 2 minus 1 by 4 into minus 3. This is minus 11 by 4. 4 2 is minus 8 minus 3, minus 11 by 4. Okay, next S2. 0 minus 1 by 4 into minus 1 plus 1 by 4. Okay, right. So delta 1 value, this column into this column. So 6 into 3 by 4 plus 0 into minus 11 by 4 minus 3. So this is 6 into 3 by 4, 2 3 is 9 by 2, this is 0 minus 3. So 9 minus 6 by 2, 3 by 2, this is 3 by 2. And here, delta value here, CB, this column into this column. So 6 into minus 1 by 4 plus 0 minus 0. So minus 3 by 2. Okay. So this is new new solution. Here objective function value ZB is CB XB. This column into this column. So 18 plus 0. So 18. So this is new basic feasible solution. Again repeat the same process. Verify the optimality condition. Solve delta J not greater than or equal 0 here. This is positive and this is negative. So only one negative delta J value. So present solution is not optimal solution. Then take minimum of negative values of delta J. So we have only one negative delta J value, itself minimum value. Then the corresponding variable S2 is entering basic variable. So circle it. Okay. Now verify the unbounded solution condition. So observe the entries in the pivot column. One is negative, one is positive. So all entries in pivot column are not less than or equal 0. So there is no unbounded solution at this case. Okay. Now find the minimum ratios. So here first one is negative value. So you need not consider this ratio. So leave this first ratio. Second entry is positive. Consider this ratio 1 by 4. That is 4. So we have only one ratio, itself minimum ratio. Okay. So the corresponding variable S1. S1 is leaving basic variable. Okay. So circle this row. So S2 is entering basic variable. S1 is leaving basic variable. In the next solution, S1 is replaced by S2. So table 3. Take the structure of the table and take the previous table, table 2. So here S1 is replaced by S2. Okay. S1 is replaced by S2. X2 remains same. Now cost of these basic variables, X2 cost 6, S2 cost 0. First step is divide pivot row by pivot element 1 by 4. So 1 by 1 by 4, 4. Minus 11 by 4 by 1 by 4, minus 11. 0 by 1 by 4, 0. 1 by 1 by 4, 4. 1 by 4 by 1 by 4, 1. So this is second row. Next, fill the basic variable columns with corresponding unit matrix. X2 first place, X2 column. First place 1, delta J 0. S2 second place, S2 column. Second place 1, remaining 0, delta 0. Next, to evaluate this one, present value, this value 3 minus, for this corresponding column element, pivot column element is minus 1 by 4 by pivot element is 1 by 4 into, for this pivot row element is 1. So this gets cancelled. 3 minus or minus plus 1 into 1. Okay, that is 4. Right. For the first row calculation, this plus 1 is same. This plus 1 is same. Okay, just replace these two values. To calculate this value, x1 value, present value 3 by 4 plus 1 into pivot row element minus 11 by 4. Okay, so 3 minus 11 minus 8 by 4, that is minus 2. For S1, 0 plus 1 into 1, 1. And delta 1, CB into X1, minus 12 plus 0 minus 3, minus 15. So delta J value for S1, this column into this column. So 6 into 1 plus 0 into 4, 6 plus 0 minus 0, 6. So these are delta J values. The objective function value is 24. Okay, right. Now verify the optimality condition. Again, still optimal condition is not satisfied. One of the delta J values is negative. So we have only one negative delta J value, itself minimum value. The corresponding variable is x1. x1 is entering basic variable. And circle it. Circle this column. Now observe the entries in the pivot column. In the pivot column, all entries are negative. So all entries in the pivot column are less than or equal 0. So in this case, the problem has an unbounded solution. Okay. So this problem has no bounded solution. That means unbounded solution means the value of objective function increases indefinitely. Since it is a maximization problem, we cannot find a finite maximum value to this objective function of the LPP.